easy mode.
So I've been playing a very silly and very fun basketball game on my PC. It's called Dunk Lords, and it's brought to us by the programmer on Spelunky, Andy Hull. I talked to this guy at PAX a few years ago.
It's amazing to have people finally play the game and check it out.
I was really looking forward to this game, and I'm happy that it's finally been released. I know it's been delayed. I also know that it was an incredibly ambitious game because there is a huge story component in this arcade basketball game, which definitely harkens back to the glory days of titles like NBA Jam. I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun with this zany title.
Seriously?
Oh, that was fun.
It's a game that doesn't have any licensed athletes, so there won't be, all of these superstars that you're especially familiar with, but there are some great creations. You've got robots in there. You've got this player that's got like a big strawberry head, and he has an attack where he shoots down big jars of jam, and it will crush his opponents.
Get in the jelly!
It has a story mode where you take this character named Slice and you kind of try to become the Dunk Lord, and you meet all of the cast of characters in there. And there's a great kind of vibe to it all. All the characters are voiced as well. Not in the story bits, but when they're on the court.
Worth the price of admission, no?
I like the robot voices quite a bit. Actually, one of them totally comes off like Kylo Ren in the middle of the game, and it's just a weird, out of nowhere kind of reveal there, which I thought was really fun.
I'll show you, gym rats.
You've got an arcade mode, which lets you create a team and then take on all the other teams one by one until you knock them all out. And then you've also got kind of like a mini tournament mode where you've got 4 different teams that you got to tackle and become the Dunk Lords that way.
Perfectly engineered.
And the thing that is also kind of fun about this game is that there's a lot of combat in the title as well. So you are definitely doing uppercuts and, swiping the ball in aggressive ways. You've got all kinds of power-ups that you can drop on players. The courts all have unique items and stuff, like sometimes there'll be conveyor belts giving you special powers or special money icons and things like that you can bounce off. And if you get the dunks or you get the shots in, you'll have more loot. In between each of the 4 quarters, you have the ability to power up your gloves, so you'll get even more money if you do some uppercuts with the right glove, or you'll have more power behind your attacks. You've got shoes that might hover over the court or might leave a trail of bubble gum so the other players get stuck in it. You'll see lots of carnage on the court. You'll see lots of incredible dunks that might have you busting through a ceiling and flying through the air and then landing with a nice big thud.
Perfectly engineered.
Access denied.
There's lots of ways to kind of amp up. You can even mega-size yourself and become this giant hulking brute, and then the idea is to try to dunk as fast as you can, and meanwhile everybody's trying to do uppercuts at the same time.
Blow it up! Perfectly engineered. Press my cells up top. That's what I'm talking about. Perfectly engineered.
I will say that it does get a little cluttered and a little bit confusing when all of the animation is happening sort of on the same plane at the same time. But I think there's an expectation there. I mean, this is kind of, a retro-style indie take on this. And, honestly, I think it's more ambitious than it really rightly deserves to be.
In your cyberface.
I had a good time playing this game. I didn't play it with anybody else, which is unfortunate. I wish that I had. I thought about getting my kid into this, but I think, as pick up and play as the controls are, it is something that you definitely have to tackle and learn. Like, you press the left trigger and you can almost teleport through the opposing player and steal the ball from them. Or you press the right trigger and the X button and you can do uppercuts, and you can press the B button and you'll do, special moves and things like that. So there's quite a bit of strategy and, maneuverability within the mechanics of the game, which is terrific. And I honestly, I feel like this isn't going to be the groundbreaking game that brings back arcade sports the way that I think a lot of us all want it to. It's not going to be the revolution, but I do feel that people, when they sit down and play this, will have a great time. And I also feel that mission accomplished in terms of providing a very fun party game. When you've got friends over and you want to play a modern couch competitive title, this is a great pickup.
Download complete.
Right now it's available for the PC, and I know everybody that is watching this video right now is wondering when the hell's it coming to Switch. When I talked with Andy a couple of years ago, I asked him about Switch for a game like this because it's a perfect fit. This seems like the perfect Switch game. Is that one of the platforms that this might be coming to?
Yeah, so right now we're announced for Steam and we're announced for Xbox One.
Okay.
And other platforms, we're looking into it. And certainly, I love Nintendo too, so
Yeah.
it's a possibility. Yeah, we're looking into it at least.
I do know that it's coming soon to the Xbox One, and I have a great sneaking suspicion that this will be kind of a cult hit, especially because, the guy's previous title was Spelunky, and that game just went on and on and on. So I know that that got Jose Sanchez's attention right there.
Download complete.
Can I borrow that?
Take that! Totally buy the book!
So I think Dunk Lords is going to have a nice long life, and I think if you pick it up, you're going to have a nice big smile, and you're going to have a lot of fun with this, particularly if you're a fan of retro titles and you fondly remember playing NBA Jam and NBA Street. It's not quite that caliber, but it's still incredibly charming. Dunk Lords is quite special, and I think if you search this out, you're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.